right. Some real shit for you niggas. Check it out. Am I weak or am I strong? Can my mind carry me on? I'm striving to get this money, but cowards say that it's on. Who am I not to do me, nigga, and get it on? I'm striving to get this money, but cowards say that it's on.
I'm having dreams of my enemies killing me, cause the way I be chasing my currency and dealing with bitches who work on their knees. The piece of young G, so I don't sleep, cause I got seed to feed. So I take no dose to ride with calicos and 44s. Made me a sick individual, mind of a criminal, acts of a serial killer, nigga. Don't make me kid at you. Gotta get this money, nigga. I be damned if I'm bummy while laughing at you niggas getting this cake. You niggas fake, shoot the A out the cake. So what can I say? These rampant niggas don't play. R.I.P. A-Wall, screaming fuck all y'all gon' stand tall.
Am I weak or am I strong? Can my mind carry me on? I'm striving to get this money, but cowards say that it's on. Who am I not to do me, nigga, and get it on? I'm striving to get this money, but cowards say that it's on. Am I weak or am I strong? Can my mind carry?
Yeah, this your boy Doe, LTA. You know how we do. Hey, I just wanted to bring y'all some real conversation real quick, spread the word. Ghetto Boys got their own podcast, Scarface and Willie D. Rest in peace to Bushwick. They got $1 million worth of game on, which is, you know, Gilly the Kid and Wallow. You know, Gilly used to be a rapper from a group called Major Figures. Wallow's his cousin that kind of, you know, he was in the group too, kind of started the group. And he ended up going to jail for 20 years. And now, you know, he's out, they got a podcast. So they on the Ghetto Boys podcast. And let's listen to some, you know, what you guys say.
I'm sitting in the cell day after day with another man. When it's time for me to take a shit, I gotta put a sheet up. He might be eating, he gotta smell my shit, I gotta smell his shit.
Man, fuck that.
The white boy guard, to live in the middle of America. We building whole industries, we building whole towns. All prisons is a small town in America. When they build a new prison, they build it in a small town in America, and they build it up. The prison come, the Walmart come, they build the whole town up. All the homies across the country that go to the penitentiary, and it's one of the real shit that happened to me. I realized that. And one of the craziest moments when I was in prison is when the guard told me, he showed me his, cause I used to fuck with this guard. He used to talk shit, I used to talk shit, he ain't like me. I'm walking past the bubble. He go inside of his shirt, you know, because they wear vests inside the joint, like these stab vests. And he pulled like an envelope out. He opened the picture up, and it was him, and it was his son, like a boat and a house standing right there. He was like, yeah, Peoples, that's my last name. You and the homies brought me that. And it was this truth that cut me so deep because it was so real. And when I went back in my cell, it hurt because I'm like, me and the homies never bought our moms no cribs. They ain't never do that.
Did he say that to encourage you, inspire you, or did he say that to dig at you?
He said that to dig at me.
Yeah.
Me and the homies bought him that. Because when you listen, one thing about the institution, one thing about the justice system, I done seen guards come in young, don't know what's going on, 18 years old, straight off a farm, come in there and go from regular guard, sergeant, lieutenant, major, captain, major, warden. And they son do it. And they brother do it. And they cousin do it. And
my daughter did it.
And they get all these things based off of me and the homies put the work in the street and being real niggas on the streets. So by us being real niggas in the street, catching these cases, we're giving them job security. Because as more us keep coming, loading them beds up in themselves, they keep telling their cousin, come on down to jail and get a job.
Fuck.
Come on down, Bobby, come down.
Fuck.
Billy, come down. They go, listen, I done been in the prisons where the whole household was there. The mom, the son, the dad. The mom working in the hospital in the gym, the dad a sergeant, a lieutenant, the son a regular guard or working the gym. And guess what? Let me break it down. In the 80s, I used to go to see my stepfather in prison, me and my brother, rest in peace, and my brother Steve, rest in peace, and my stepfather. And there's a picture I got. And I used to be happy every week to go see him. Every time my mom take him up, make the food, go see my stepfather. His name Hip. West Philly, St. Stephen Market, his name is Hip.
Yeah.
And rest in peace. Willie, do you know, and this in the 80s, do you know in 1998, me and my step-pops were cellmates in the same prison I went to go see him at? Do you know in 2005, me and my brother was cellmates in the same prison we used to go to see my dad at, my stepdad at? generational incarceration. At the same time, on the other side, you got the guards. So it's like, it's deep, but that shit wake you up. And you like, man, I got more. So when I'm out here and I'm talking to cats and I'm telling them it costs too much to be a criminal, I'm giving you shit off of real life. Don't wait till it's too late. I'm telling dudes based off of like, yo, ask yourself, what is you really doing? Like, we ride for an idea of something that don't exist no more. And listen, a young boy told me some shit, and it was real. I was in prison, me and some other older cats. He was telling on somebody, Will. So he come back from court, we in the holding cells. He tell the motherfucker, you know, young boy's like, yo, young right there in the last cell, he ran. That motherfucker going there, he just went down to court telling somebody what his So me and another older cat named Jeff Gans, he was a name brand dude in the streets of Philly, boxer, all that. We holler through the gate, hey, young, come to the gate, man. We gotta holler at you.
Yeah. So if you heard what he was talking about, it's, you know, it's the whole life, you know, the streets is a myth situation. Everything that we thought was real ain't real, and it's just a, you know, it's a different climax, a different game. And at the end of the day, the streets ain't all bad. That's why I said it's a different game, because when hoods and stuff first started, they started doing it. They started on the community situation, trying to feed the community. They had their own schools and blah blah blah. Like, you know, we had our own everything all the way up until, you know, what, probably like 70s, probably something like that, probably. But 20s, 30s, we, you know, 40s, we always had, you know, so. It's a different game out there. You know, y'all just got to be mindful of what's going on. Forget all the riff-raff. You know, do what you got to do, get your money, and, you know, live right to the best of your ability. This is LTA. We out.